Hello and welcome to another edition of the Fantasy Sports Podcast. Today we will be discussing Eddie Howe and the tactics he's employed for Bournemouth this past season. Bournemouth may be a team lumbering down the bottom of the Premier League table in 2020, but don't let that fool you. Under the clever and responsible management of Eddie Howe, Bournemouth has shown to be one of the more exciting Premier League teams in recent history. Here are his tactics and how they've achieved this. Eddie Howe is a man that prizes the modern 4-4-2 formation. Howe is synonymous with the recent ascent of Bournemouth. A former player for the organization, Howe has guided the Poppies through multiple promotions. They started off in the fourth tier of English football, and Howe has been there ever since. Bournemouth, under Eddie Howe, tends to play in a 4-4-2, or alternatively in a 4-4-1-1 shape. Against top opposition, this formation may also develop into a 4-1-4-1, where one of the central midfielders drops down to help the defense. The team is encouraged to maintain possession regardless of opponent and to build steadily from the back. This strategy has proven to be a hit and miss. Bournemouth impressed in previous terms of the Premier League, with Eddie Howe even drawing the interest of numerous top clubs. However, in the 2020 campaign, these tactics have largely led to failed attempts at creating significant goal threats. The club has the third worst goal record in the Premier League. Bournemouth has benefited, since re-entering the Premier League, from a very sound transfer policy. This has led them to having a strong set of options in most areas of the pitch. This accounts for the club's previous record, while the dip in form is certainly concerning and surprising. Eddie Howe demands that his players keep the formation shape while attacking. These attacks are channeled patiently with short passing or safe, direct passes. However, players often find themselves playing with their back to the net. This results in Bournemouth's pros needing to make use of considerable skill and strength in order to retain possession. Bournemouth seeks to make use of all its players while building from the back. Centre-backs will usually prefer a pass to the right or to the left back. They, in turn, most often will pass vertically towards the midfielders or opt for a secure, short pass. Strikers Callum and Joshua King are expected to be able to hold the ball and to field a back or sideways pass. The two are also required to attempt to get on the receiving end of long passes forward. While their story this year for Bournemouth is not sensational, previous seasons announced them as two of the best forwards in the league. Central defenders Steve Cook and Nathan Ake play an important role in the team setup. They are expected to deliver short passes and also to quickly press and stop opposition attacks that often develop as a consequence of Bournemouth playing in their own half for most of the time. Left back Diego Rico has been one of the Poppies' best players in 2020. The defender was responsible for many of the team's attacks, which, when not developed through a slow process of passes, begins on the left side. Eddie Howe is one of the most respected managers in England. Many have predicted a future in which Howe will manage a world-class club or even the England national team. This season has proven difficult for Bournemouth. The team finds themselves in a relegation battle. The points they've managed to win have usually come at the expense of mid-table clubs. Whatever the 2020 campaign has in store, it is certain that this is not the last time Premier League fans get to hear of either Bournemouth or of Eddie Howe.